All right, so here we are. First brand new car ever. This is great. It's unreal. But yeah, we are in a 2020 Toyota Corolla Hatchback SE. This model is a 2-liter engine. And that's about it. I mean, like I said, I don't know read all about the specs. I'm more about like the feeling of the car, and all that stuff. So I know it's got like around 170 horsepower or so out of this engine, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, this car is coming from the RAV4 to this is like a night and day difference. I mean, the weight difference is huge, and just the driving experience is it's a much more nimble vehicle. Whereas you're driving the RAV4, the RAV4 feels more. You feel the weight of the RAV4. I mean, it's all-wheel drive. It's a bigger frame, and you get you just get less fuel economy. But in return, you do get that extra security and grip of that all-wheel drive system, which is nice. But for me, I don't need all that. I'm not looking for. I don't need the all-wheel drive. It's nice to have, but living here in Maryland, when we do get winter, it can get bad, but it's not like we get it all year long. It's only a few months out of the year if we do get snow. There are many winters that go by and we don't get anything. So, and plus driving this car, in the snow, I haven't tested it yet, but I mean, as long as you have good, good tires, obviously you're going to be fine, and you know what you're doing. So I had a 2007 Corolla before this, and that was a great car, and I do miss that car, but I did sell it to my brother. He's been using it, and it's like, I think it's maybe got 200,000 miles now. When I bought it, it had about 130, but then now, he's been putting miles on it and commuting. But yeah, so this car is awesome. It just drives great. I had my friends drive it and get some first impressions on it, and it's still breaking in right now. It's at 590. I think the full break-in is at it's like 621. So basically the way you're supposed to drive it, they say, is to, for the first 160 miles or so, that you want to avoid sudden stops, and then for basically the first 621 miles, you don't want to drive. Basically, don't take any road trips. You don't want to stay in a constant speed for a very long period of time. So, long period of time to me is like 15-20 minutes. That's a long extended period of time. But they're probably talking about a half hour, an hour or so, like that. But yeah, so that's one. You just avoid keeping it at the same speed for a long period of time. And then next would be avoid excessive acceleration. So no flooring it, and just going through the RPMs and all that. Just just kind of taking it easy. But I mean, there were a couple times where I did have to get on it to get out of a situation. You can't control that, but as long as you're not beating on it. Yep. And then the next thing, I think the third or fourth thing, is to don't drive in low gears at all, like for very long either. So stay out of the low gears, first, second, third, and just keep it rolling, keep it higher up. I did do an oil change on this thing at about 500 miles. I used the Idemitsu 0W16. So it takes the 0W16 synthetic oil. I think you can do it every 10,000. I'm not 100% positive. I'm going to look, but if it's every 10,000, it's going to be awesome, because that way I can, if it's every 10,000, I'm going to invest in just get really good oil, a 5-quart bottle of the Idemitsu 0W16 was about $25 on Amazon. There were 2 left, and I got the last 2. And I went back, and they were no longer available. So I got lucky with those, but The best price ones I've seen so far are is Mobile One from Walmart. You can get it for like $20 for like a 5-quart container, which is a great price. But yeah, that's. So I just did that. The only reason I did that was because in Gran Turismo, when you first get a car, first thing you gotta do is oil change, man. That's instant horsepower right there. Psych, just kidding. But yeah, this car rides great right now. It's on factory Dunlop tires. I've never had a lot of experience with Dunlop. I don't know how they performed. They're not a brand that I've actually like seeked out or was curious about. But I'm gonna be testing it out. I drove it in the rain so far, and it actually did pretty well. So I was pretty impressed with that. So I really want to see how they do in snow. But yeah, so that's the real test this winter when the time comes. But I do plan on getting 18s in the future just to replace it and just get a nice bigger set of wheels for this car. But yeah, so that's it. This car rides very smooth. I mean, if you just get in one of these, it's just, you'll know. Like, if you like to be in like sort of like a small kind of go-kart type feeling car, I mean, this car is the one, man. I mean, and not only that, you're gonna get great gas mileage. You're gonna get that nice Toyota reliability, and it's such a nice looking car all around. Like, it's sharp, and I love it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess we can go some of the features. I mean they're pretty basic. You get your cruise control here. You push this button. So what it has, this car does have, it's got a radar on the front of the emblem, and what the radar does, it senses like the speed limit, like yield signs, and it's like 4 certain signs that it displays for you. And then also it's got the pre-collision detection, like it'll brake for you and everything, parking lane assist. It has all those features. So I don't really use that much of that. This is weird. Why should you park like that? So I don't know. I always like to be mostly in control, but it's a nice safety feature to have. It's just weird to me to have a car brake on its own when I don't want it to brake. But it has alerted me sometimes when there's a car, kind of turning kind of slow, and I get kind of close to it, and it does get like blink and pop up. But it's good. It's just nice to have the safety features. But I do like the blind spot monitors. I was always kind of iffy on them at first, just having this light glow. But it's kind of nice signal indicator. But it can be distracting sometimes. But I don't know. I'm still debating if I like using them or not. But for now, I'll keep them on and see how they do. But yeah, so you got your controls here to track some songs, volume here. You got your Siri. So that's another thing I really love is the Apple CarPlay is awesome. Like, when I had the RAV4, I had to upgrade the stereo because the end tune that was in there was garbage. It was pretty much useless. You couldn't even mirror your screen. You couldn't do anything. Like, it was just like, what was the point? And then, so it was just dumb. So I upgraded, the head unit to an Alpine that was Apple CarPlay and Android Auto ready. And this comes with it from the factory, which is perfect. So I don't have to worry about, Apple Play and everything. So now, anytime I want to use Waze, Spotify, any apps, plug it in here. It all pops up on your screen. You can use Siri. It's great. Big plus, major plus. Does Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. So huge props to that. But yeah, so that works perfect. And I don't know. Right now I'm still learning about it. Like I said, the car is still so brand new, but the initial first impressions are like the sound system sounds really decent. I don't have to add a subwoofer. I'd like to eventually, but there's not as much room as there was in a RAV4, so I may not have to, but the sound is already pretty decent without the subwoofer. So I'm pretty happy with that. Other than that, yeah, this is the 2020 Corolla Hatchback. This is my first, you know, kind of like driving impressions on it, and you know, it's really awesome to get something just brand new. You know, this is crazy. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. This is just a quick, you know, just driving impression on how this car drives, and I did order some stuff for this coming, so we'll definitely be more reviews in the future. But hope everything else is going well with you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.